When you have an opportunity to play number one in the country, it's an honor. First, but it's an honor for South Carolina to also play the defending SEC champions, and that's Texas A&M. Yes, we haven't been playing well, but that happens to a lot of teams to try to get ready for that February, March madness that we hope to be in. Yes, we have to get better as a basketball team. The schedule has not been in our favor, and COVID has not been in our favor. We keep missing key players and key support staff, but that's going on all over the country. And as coaching staff, we're able to work out the players that are here every day. But when you have 14 on scholarship and our health has been good all year, injury-wise, and every now and then we're missing one or two for COVID, you just deal with it. But you try to use that as an opportunity for other young people. Getting a chance to go to South Carolina and play in front of 14,000 or so, I love every minute of it, because it's a great place to play basketball, and I give Don Staley so much credit for building South Carolina into a national power. But Texas A&M was a national power first. What we're trying to do is sustain that, but to do that, we've got to make better decisions out there on the court. We've got to find a way to finish quarters better and possessions and be able to hit the key shots at the end of the game. And yes, that Florida game hurts, but we've got to throw it out the window, and we can only worry about South Carolina. You cannot worry about Auburn. You worry about South Carolina, who we're going to play, but you worry about Texas A&M, who we play every day. Every day in practice, we're playing against ourselves. Every day it's an opportunity for young people to step up and make their turn happen. Don't wait for COVID to happen or an injury to happen. Make your turn happen during practice. And that's what we have to do. It's the same way with my assistant coaches as well as the head coach. Make your time happen as a coach. What can you add, or what can we correct from the last ball game? It's on our front porch. It's not on Florida's front porch. It's on our front porch, and we've got to figure out how to fix the problem. Eventually, the schedule will start going to our play, but right now it wouldn't matter if we're playing Cattle Gap, Egypt. That does not matter. We've got to sit there and fix Texas A&M regardless of the opponent that we're playing.
Jerry, what is the emphasis as you got to your team as you get ready to go to South Carolina to try to get it fixed?
Play better. Play a quarter, just like we did against Tennessee. Play a quarter, finish a quarter, then come into a timeout and get prepared to play that next and try to keep that momentum going. Gosh, we played two of the best quarters you've ever seen against LSU. Then all of a sudden against Tennessee, we played one of our best first quarters of the year. But then all of a sudden we never finish it, and we allow the other team to get momentum. The same thing happened against Florida here. All of a sudden, momentum. We got up to a 10-point lead right before, and then we play defense instead of a hand up for a three-point shooter, knowing they're going for one shot. We play defense like this. And basically, you've just given a kid on a scholarship an opportunity to say, hey, that's a bad defensive stance. If the hand's up, you might contest it. She still might make it. But when the hands are down, it's too late. You've just given confidence. We've got to finish possessions. We've got to teach better. We've got to execute better.
You mentioned finish a couple of times, but how important is the start tomorrow night to be able to get off to a good start?
Well, 14,000 people there, I think it's very important. But the game is not going to be won or lost in the first 4 to 5 minutes, but the tone can be set. Our kids need confidence right now. Our post players need confidence that now they're fixing to have to go score against Aaliyah Boston and Saxon and Cardosa at 6'7" coming off the bench. We need confidence. We don't need shot attempts. We need shots made or get to the foul line. The best thing our post can do early is make a great move, even if they don't score, add a foul to their post, for they're not going to go into shot blocking. If we don't add fouls to them early, they're going to try to break the NCAA record on shot blocks, and they're capable of doing it.
What makes this particular South Carolina team go?
Their depth. The whole starting lineup's back from last year. The coaching staff's back from last year. She won an Olympics over the summer, and they had the #1 recruiting class in the country. Okay, enough, and they have 14,000 fans that'll be at the ball game. So this is what makes this team better. Plus, they lost to us at home to win the SEC championship. So they have on their board around their room, remember that loss or some slogan like that, but to remember that Texas A&M loss. When they lost to us, they didn't finish winning the national championship. So sometimes that loss might have helped them, sort of like that loss helped Georgia in football to Alabama, and then they went and took care of business. South Carolina was good enough to win the national championship last year. But we took something away and we earned that championship. Now South Carolina has got that mindset that Georgia has or Stanford has. You've got to find a way to be the best on that particular day. And knowing we will have another opportunity to play South Carolina here at home on our last home game of the season. So what we want to do, fix Texas A&M. Don't play South Carolina. They just have numbers on their back. Play Texas A&M and be ready for your time to put the execution together, and that's what we have to do.
The COVID stuff that you've mentioned, you confident you'll be able to go tomorrow both sides? You're not in danger of not falling below the 7?
Oh, no.
Okay.
No, we'll always have enough, unless an epidemic or a pandemic happens right now close. We're here. I'm here. I got an assistant coach back today, and that's just part of it. Nobody stays sick very long, but at the same time, it's still what we're dealing with, and we have to be safe. And we're trying to do the best thing we can with our medical staff and everything like that. And our girls are very aware of all situations. They don't want to miss. I mean, they've worked all their life to get opportunities and to be able to produce. And our kids are hurting from that Florida loss. Yeah, as a coaching staff, we're hurting because we had to open up on the road against LSU and Tennessee. But we had opportunities in both ball games. The schedule's going to turn our way, but even if the schedule turns our way, we've got to turn in the right direction as a basketball team. And we're going to get there.
You talked a little bit about Coach Staley and what she's done in building that program. What's your relationship like with her, and kind of how does that work? I know it's a little different in season versus out of season, but if you could just talk about your relationship with her.
Well, I've admired her for so long. I had a chance when I coached at Stephen F. and Virginia was #1 in the country to play them, and at Virginia to go to the Elite Eight. We lost that game by a basket that Dawn Staley created off a drive that we had to help out on, and she gave it to a 6'5" Heather Burge, who put the free throw jumper in. But I live that play every time. I live everything she's done for our country, for USA basketball, and I'm proud of that. anybody that's a coach, one of my former Nell Fortners, Georgia Tech now, she was Olympic gold medal coach as well. Gino's one too, Pat Summit. They all have been so much to my career. But I admire Don Staley for doing more for civil rights in the state of South Carolina than any politician in that whole state. Don Staley has helped bring that state together, and I admire her for that first. And then her coaching and her recruiting is awfully good.